wanted to start off with saying you've all been unwittingly put into a social experiment, and if you're here right now, you've passed. I failed. I don't know, but you might be aware of the fact that I have a background in marketing, and therefore I am very good at. I know how to control people. I know how to manipulate people. That's why I'm an extremely successful streamer. You can see that by the very high amount of money I make on this. The very, very high amount of viewership. I'm a marketing master. So I did a little experiment. You know, normally you want someone to watch your shit, you make it sound exciting. You know? You say like, well, like last time I streamed, it was like, episode 2 of Big Fat Dykes. That's like, that's perfect. You know what I mean? That's easy. That's like someone sees that and like, oh, Big Fat Dykes. Yeah, okay, sign me up. So for this stream, I did the opposite. I just called it like, hey, we might finish NieR Automata tonight. You know, just like very, very low energy, unsure of itself. You know, we might finish NieR Automata tonight. Nothing, no exclamation point, no big grand finale NieR Automata. No, it's just like, we might finish NieR Automata tonight. And that cut the viewership in half. Exactly as planned. So if you're here, you're either like a real nigga who like doesn't fall for advertising, or like you're devoted or something, or you've already been snared in the long-term trap. Hard to say, you know what I mean? But it was an interesting experiment. Now I know. I need exclamation points. I need big capital letters. I need, I was just pretending to be uninteresting. Hey, you know, normally that might sound stupid, but this, I was actually, it was kind of me being lazy, honestly. I was like, what's like a good title for this? And I was like, what if I just don't give it a good title? Like, what if I just don't do that? And you know what? Had the outcome I expected. But I learned a valuable lesson, you know what I mean? It's worth coming up with an interesting title, unless you just don't fucking care. And you know what? I might fall under that one. But hey, how's it going? Welcome. You notice there's been a lot of news recently. Maybe you haven't noticed. TV rots the brain. If you're a smart person, you might not know that there's any news going on right now, and I'd have to applaud you for that one. I try and follow that path myself, but sometimes things come up, very important news, some things you just can't ignore. You know, before we go into the main quest, I think I'm gonna go over here. Probably this main quest isn't gonna like go right away anyway, but I'm still gonna do that. But yeah, you know, some stuff is just too important and you end up hearing about it. That's just the way it goes. So obviously, I'm well aware of the fact that they're adding a new character to Smash. Very unexpected. You would think, you know, people are asking for. If you haven't seen this, I'll tease you a bit here. People have been asking for like Geno. People have been asking for Waluigi. People have been asking for a lot of characters that, like, yeah, that makes sense. You know, I mean, they gave fucking Ridley. You know, like, he's in it. So basically anything is fair game now. And so people, you know, people had a lot of, you know, expectations for really interesting shit they might add. They added Isabelle from Animal Crossing. I don't know why they did that. You know, it's probably the last choice I would have ever, you know, like, that's not even no one was even suggesting that one. Like, there are some crazy fucking suggestions. That wasn't one of them. I'm wondering why, when I'm running here, the camera is getting really low. I'm not touching the camera stick here. Why do you think that is? It never did that before. It usually stuck about here. Oh. 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 Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say, maybe it's because it's prepping me for something gonna be in the air, and yeah, that might have been it. I don't really remember what this side quest is we're doing over here. I think it's just we had to pick up some shit. Oh, right, dead person. Yeah, yeah. But yeah, like, I don't know what they... And the thing is, like... It looks not bad. Like, it looks like they got Isabelle, like she's not even a fucking clone character. She's like a real... Has her own moveset. Looks like she controls pretty well. And it's like, okay. Now I'm gonna die right here. Oh. Alright, never mind. This is neat. I gotta mention, this is pretty fucking neat how this thing is just here. The side quest brings you here, and this is unmentioned. You know, like 9S doesn't have a little aside to his robot friend saying like, oh boy, what the fuck is that thing? Just no, that's just here, you know? And it's just ominously floating above you. But yeah, there was that, and then there was some other news. I don't remember what it was. Like they're making a new Animal Crossing or something, which is like, okay, I don't have a Bing Wahoo machine, so I'm not really like super invested in that one, unless they're making for the 3DS, I guess. Then I can pirate it. But otherwise, it's like, okay, cool, you know. If I ever get a Switch, I can waste 30 hours of my time on that and then get bored and come back to it every year or so and get bored again. That's the usual progression. Oh, and then there's a new Gorillaz track out, which if you haven't listened to it, that makes sense. It's not, you know, like the Gorillaz have been pretty bad recently. Their last album was... I didn't even listen to their last... Like, I'm a huge Gorillaz fan. Maybe not a huge Gorillaz. I really like the Gorillaz, especially Plastic Beach. I think it's like an underrated, like, it's one of my fucking most favorite albums in the world. Even though, like it's got a bunch of very different sounds on it, but it works. You know what I mean? Like, you listen to, like, you listen to fucking Super Fast Jellyfish, and then you listen to Plastic Beach, and they've got very different feels to them. But it's still, like, altogether a very good album. Can't hack in here. Here, wait, just hold that thought. Oh, tell me if the volume's alright. I think it's good. Again, you're gonna... You cannot have a serious moment anywhere near Emil. And there he goes. Alright. But yeah, Plastic Beach is fucking amazing. Gorillaz have a lot of really good shit in general. Volume could be louder. Yeah, that's kind of what I figured. Because it's not like killing my eardrums, so I know it's not that loud on my side. But yeah, like the Gorillaz have some really good shit, but their most recent album I didn't listen to because all of the like singles they came out with were bad. They were just like really bad. They were just straight garbage. So I didn't listen to them. Well, I mean, obviously I listened to the singles, but I didn't listen to the album. But they released a new track, like today. It's pretty good. It's actually not bad. It was... Okay, give me a second. Hold that thought. Okay. Throat is doing some weird stuff right now, like unexplainable alien shit right now. Like unknown species of life form shit right now. It said the forest, didn't it? Yeah, I'm going the right way. Him and A2 have the same goal. Except that part. Anyway, yeah, what I was saying is the gorillas are pretty good. Their recent shit has been trash. Oh, everybody's gone. Or dead. Oh, or dead. Yeah, their recent stuff has been trash, but their newest song that they came out with today was surprisingly actually good. This Ain't the Way to the Forest. Oh yeah, you're right. For some reason I thought forest, and I thought, like, you know, because there's big trees here. But no, everybody seems to be dead here. Yeah. Everybody's dead, except Pascal is notably missing. Anyway, to finish my point, what I was gonna say is, oh, I should probably get that. Yeah. I was surprised that it was good because it was kind of like when it was being talked about before it came out, they released what the name of it was, and everybody was pretty suspicious about it because the name of the track is Trans, T-R-A-N-Z, which people thought at first might be some sort of tranny song, and people were like, okay, great, the gorillas are getting better every year. But actually, it's got nothing to do with that at all. Or if it does, it's the most subtle fucking song I've ever heard. And it's just like an alright tune. Like, it's I'm really actually like surprised it's not that bad. Oh, this is. Oh. Oh. I like this. Robot clown zombies. That's an interesting direction for the game to take. No, but yeah, I just want to mention that if you like the gorillas, but you've been very disappointed by their recent work. Oh, are you still? Oh, you're still okay. Okay. Yeah, you've been disappointed in their recent work, and you know you haven't listened to any of their new shit. I'd recommend this one. It's not bad. It's worth a listen. The music video is okay. They're trying to hype it up like fucking crazy though, so if you've heard it, don't like get your hopes up as much as like they want you to. They're talking about how it's like their first ever live performance. That's just stupid. It's just because in the music video the fucking animated characters are they just didn't put them in an interesting situation. They put them on a stage, and so they were like, yeah, okay. You know, we'll call it the first ever live performance. That's how we'll sell it. It's like, yeah, all right. Sure, man. And also, yeah, that's the main thing. They're trying to sell it like it's something super special. It's like, nah, it's an alright track. It's okay, you know, which is good. I mean, for the gorillas nowadays, an alright track is miraculous. So, like, good for them. Maybe their new album won't be shit. I'd be surprised. But it seems like maybe they're not taking as much of a political angle. They're going to focus on the music. That's cool. I like that. Did you discover where humanity is yet? If by that you mean that humanity is dead, because the leader of Yorha told us that there is no humanity, then yes. Yes, I do know that. If you mean something else, then no. No. Here, wait. If there's some other plot twist that happens where it's like, just kidding, they were actually fine, then no, I'm not aware of such a thing. Let's go to the factory. Otherwise, yeah. Yeah, we're past that point. You know, that's actually something that's kind of interesting that I don't know, is worth like. Is it near factory? It's factory entrance, I thought. Yeah. Worth mentioning is that, like, I don't know, it seems like most people who watch streams and shit, a lot of times they don't play the game, which is, like, not something that I would normally do. Like, I understand, you know, certain circumstances or something, or if you just don't care about the game, it makes sense. It's actually something, though, that, like, I've been kind of surprised by, is that most of you faggots have, like, beaten this game, which is, like, okay, cool. You know, like, that's good. Good. It's a good game. Good. Good. I'm happy you did that. And it's just like surprising though, you know. But it's almost like, you know, the people who watch my shit also happen to actually play video games. They don't just watch them. And it's like that's nice. That's good. This is above me, I believe. That's what it seems like. Yeah. Well, either that or I walked right past it, which is also also pretty likely. Yeah. Sorry, I'm shifting my waters. Already drank through one. Where's this? Okay. Desert Center. Okay. We are all self-employed drug dealers and pimps. Yeah, I'm sure. That's how you have the free time to watch shit and play shit. Can't go to the Desert Center. Oil field, I guess. Oh, that's cool. Goodbye frames. Ooh. Yikes. Ooh. That's okay. If you can hear me, hi. If you can't hear me, yeah, that wasn't great. Troubleshooting momentarily. One sec. I think maybe. Are we resuming? Are we in? Are we here? Are we live? Are we alive? Is life worth living? Not when your internet connection drops out like this. Is it back? It says it might be back. Network error has occurred, and on NieR Automata too. I also got a new item in my inventory on Steam. I guess that's an achievement. Lose connection while playing NieR Automata, and you get 10% off Frozen Synapse too. Oh, sweet. Oh, it's back. Okay. Hey. Yeah, that might have been my fault. I forgot to turn my VPN off. so now it's off. Oh, this is friendly? Oh. Oh, okay. Yeah, is it back? Are we all good? Everything looks good? I think we're good. It looks good. You should play CK2. Game of Thrones. Nah. You know, like maybe at some point, but I'm not really feeling it right now. You know, like I'm pretty much good with CK2 for a little bit. I'm feeling some NieR Automata. You know what I mean? And I'm not even talking about just for today, although obviously just for today, but just like I don't feel like playing CK2 soon. Dude, are we in a fucking Mad Max level now? Dude, those things look fucking sweet. Dude. That thing is fucking sweet. Too bad I don't get to fight it. I get to fight black squares instead. You know, like instead of fighting that cool ass Mad Max machine, I just get to watch it lose. Oh, wow. Actually, you know what? I'm just gonna say fuck that. So I can't pick it up. Can't pick it up. Can't pick it up. All right. Oh. Woo. Okay. Yeah, this might take a few hacks. Luckily, I become a master. Ah, fuck. Shit, I thought that was actually gonna work. Oh, well, if you die at the same time, it works. Good to know. There was some other piece of news I was going to bring up on the Yeoman Nightly Report, but I forget what it was. Mainly, I think it was just that. I mean, obviously important news, you know what I mean? Minor video game shit for games you might not ever play, me included, you know? And recent releases from a band who has lost their mojo, who has really lost most of their talent, it seems, except maybe in this newest track. Other than that, slow news day. Just another article about the Dalai Lama saying that Europe should belong to Europeans and everybody else should go home. Thanks, Dalai Lama. Always good to hear your input. Always a big fan. Very big fan. It sounds sarcastic, but honestly, he seems like a cool dude. You know, he's like basically a religious leader, and if he started talking about shit like that, he'd probably be talking nonsense, and I wouldn't hold much respect for what he had to say. But when he's talking about politics, surprisingly, he talks a lot of sense. Surprisingly, he knows what he's talking about, and he's the fucking Dalai Lama. You know, like, it's kind of weird how the people who would disagree with him, you know, the people who like would want like open borders, refugees living in European countries, no, you know, New World Order, globalist sort of shit, are the same kind of people that would like fetishize someone like the Dalai Lama and Eastern religions and Buddhism and Hinduism and shit like that. So, like, it's really funny to see him be like a fucking normal dude. Like, the Dalai Lama, I remember a few years ago, I don't think it was even a new story when I read it, but the Dalai Lama talked about how, like, he played PS2 so that he could get rid of some of his violent urges. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, oh, so he's a fucking normal dude. Like, he's fine with just playing some Grand Theft Auto to let off some steam and, you know, escapism. And it's like, oh, I respect that, you know? Like, normal guy. But it's just funny, you know? Like, it's really funny how the kind of people you think would be sucking his dick disagree with him completely. But don't call him out on it. I have yet to see someone call him out on it. And maybe I'm just not looking hard enough, but everybody seems to just ignore it whenever the Dalai Lama says something like this, because it's just embarrassing, you know, like, ah, shit. I got to see the Dalai Lama speak in person a while back, pretty cool. That actually is pretty cool. I would actually be up for doing that, you know, like, that would be pretty neat. I guess he travels quite a bit, because he's like, isn't he in exile from Tibet or something? Or he was, at least? I mean, Tibet is basically still being, like, genocided and occupied by the Chinese, but, you know, what good country isn't? Not the Chinese, per se, but, your local equivalent of the Chinese, you know what I mean? That's pretty standard operating, you know? But, yeah, I guess... I don't know if he, like, visits the U.S. a lot. I guess he probably occasionally does. Maybe I could go see him in concert, you know what I mean? Get some tickets off, on, like, aftermarket sales, you know? Dude, this guy had just an actual fucking gun. How many... Have there been a lot of guys walking around? I just haven't noticed they've been carrying actual fucking guns. Like, it seemed like all the Yorha units and shit. I mean, I know he wasn't a Yorha unit. He's a resistance member. But, like, all the Yorha units have been using, like, you know, swords. And all the machines have guns, but they're, like, goofy fucking big cannons that shoot colored balls. And then you've got this fucker with like, a AK-74. like... Okay, man. You know, you wanted to... I mean, like, it probably works pretty well, but... I don't know, it is interesting. He's in exile. Yeah, that's what I thought. No, he seems like a really chill dude, you know? Like, it seems I would... Like, I don't know if there's ever, like, a situation in which some guy could just hang out with the Dalai Lama. Like, I don't think I could invite him over for, like, tea and video games. You know what I mean? Like, hey, Dalai Lama, I just picked up the new Smash on my Bing Bing Wahoo machine. Do you want to... you want to go Fox v Fox Final Destination? And, This boar changed color since we were gone, by the way. Michael Jackson boar. I don't think, like, despite the fact that he seems like a pretty chill dude, you know, I don't think I'd get a yes for that one. Or I don't think I'd get an answer, honestly. I don't think I'd get a no. I think that would just not make it through his fucking spam filter, you know, like, I feel like that wouldn't fly. I wonder that about a lot of people, and I think that just goes back to me being like retarded. You know what I mean? As far as like trusting of people, you know, even though like I know that people are like basically terrible, I feel like I should trust them anyway. It's like a weird instinct that I have, but it's like generally, I would much rather trust someone and be let down than make the assumption that I shouldn't trust them. You know what I mean? I mean, obviously, it's not like I don't take precautions. You know, you people don't know my last name. You don't know how old I am. You don't know where I live. That's for a reason, you know? But then there's, like, part of me that's like, I kind of wish you did, so you could stop by and play some video games. That seems like it'd be neat. But it got me thinking, when you're someone like the Dalai Lama, you're a big public figure. You're not gonna be hiding. You know what I mean? Ooh, ooh. Like, it's not like everybody's gonna know where you are at any given time, but at a lot of times, they're going to know exactly where you are. And it's like, I feel like if I was in that position, I would just embrace it. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like I could just like fucking give up on being a public figure. Like, you're the fucking Dalai Lama. You gotta go around and give speeches and shit. And you know, you're in exile, so you can't fucking hide in your palace or whatever. You don't have one. So I don't know. I feel like if I was in that position, I would just be like, hey, you know, if you want to hang out. The only problem would be like, if you were someone like the Dalai Lama, I feel like you'd get a lot more people wanting to hang out than you could possibly, you know, hang out with. You couldn't play Smash with every person on Earth. But, at the same time, like a couple, you know, like you know, just have a fucking hangout with the Dalai Lama lottery. You know? If you win, you get to fucking play video games with him for a day. I don't know. This is exactly what Ted Kaczynski predicted. It's like something out of a nightmare. Having too many friends sounds like a good problem. I wouldn't know. I imagine most people wouldn't know. Oh. Oh. That actually does sound like some Ted Kaczynski shit. Or some Ted Bundy shit. Oh, man, my birthday's tomorrow and I don't care, neither should you guys. Happy birthday. What do you mean you should care? You've gotten through another year. You know what I mean? It's like a high score list. Like, you've lived longer than a lot of people. Also, this is fucking sweet, by the way. I'm actually very happy about the change in scenery. This is like I didn't realize until we walked into here how much of the same sort of stuff we've been seeing in this game, but this is like a very nice, fresh environment. And now we're back in hacking zone. Now we're back out of the environment and into the one we've been in for quite a while. Time to send some bombs in the mail. Only if you're a Stanford professor who can't get his point across without people ignoring him. Then, you know, you gotta take measures into your own hands. Please don't do that. Please don't do that. Ted Kaczynski was a smart man, but that was not a good decision. I said was, like he's dead. He's in prison. He's alive. I wish he would get pardoned or something. You know what I mean? Like not because what he did wasn't bad. I don't mean that as like I think it's just for him to like get out on, you know, and like get away with what he did. That's not what I mean. But like I kind of wish he would get pardoned just so he could see more of the world as it is now. And like I want to know what he thinks about how shit's going down today. You know, like, his shit was spooky in how, like, apt it was when it came out. Not that I was fucking reading it when it came out, but, like, because no one was. He had to bomb people. But, like, you read it today, and you think about how it was back when it was written, and it's like, wow, he was pretty prophetic. It's like, what would he think about if it came out now? This is just like a little too loud for me, for my sensitive ears, you know. Hope that's a decent level. I've been fucking with the audio levels every like few days or so because I'm trying to get it a good level where it's not blasting me, but you guys are still having a full subtended audio experience. That doesn't make any sense, but you can see what I'm going for. If you know what subtending means, and the way it's generally used. We know where you live. You live with Mayonnaise Man Fisher. Luckily, you don't know where that is. But no, that was pretty good. That was pretty funny, actually. It doesn't really matter much because he was kind of planning on like revealing his identity a little bit more than I was because he was going to do some other like online shit. But still. I wonder what kind of things you can write him about. Yeah, people send him letters and he's answered before. Because I own a print version of Industrial Society and Its Future. And it's got all this bonus stuff with, like, letters that people wrote to him and what he wrote back, which I haven't read, like, any of, actually. I've only read the main text. But, yeah, you can write him. I mean, he's in jail, but you can write people in jail. Dude, this is still fucking loud. Honestly, I gotta say that these environments would be a little cooler if I was like actually fighting these fucks instead of. I mean, I'm fighting them. Oh. Yeah, machines can't feel pain. Shut up. I want to tell someone that in real life. It's unfortunate that there's not someone I could tell that to in real life because there's no fucking machines feeling pain. Because machines can't feel pain, but like I wish I could go up to some, like I wish it became like a common accepted thing that like something wasn't painful, like as if some doctor one day started saying like, you know, we found out that childbirth is actually completely painless, and then I wish I could just like be in the room with some woman giving birth and she's just fucking screaming. And I'm like, hey, childbirth is painless. Just completely brush it off, you know? It's actually one of those philosophical things. I don't remember I don't remember who said it, but I remember reading about, like, the idea that pain is, like, one of the most ultimate truths, and that you can't ignore it. And you can't, like, you can downplay it when you don't have it, but if you're, like, in extreme pain, I just fucking ran those guys into each other like a cartoon. And then I fucked up. If you're in pain, you, like, that is the thing you think about. And it almost can, like, override your morals insofar as, you know, like your number one concern is stopping the pain. Which is what makes, like, a martyr or something like that so incredible. Is that, like, they go through immense pain, and that, like, logically their only thought should be to stop the pain, but it ends up not, you know, like, that's not the case. But, I don't know, it's interesting. Tell her machines don't feel pain, if you catch my drift. You're right, there are machines in real life. They're called women. I'm joking, of course, because women couldn't possibly be machines. Machines are efficient, they get their job done, and they don't feel emotions, whereas women are so emotional that they cannot get their jobs done. If there are machines in the real world, they're Asian people. I fucked up. Which is another theory I've heard before. Like some ancient alien theory shit. Is that the difference between Europeans and Asians is the difference between a biological life form and a mechanical one. Like, one of them is the result of aliens doing bioengineering to create a life form, and the other is a result of them doing more, like, robotic wet work. You know what I mean? Like obviously still biological, because I'm not trying to refute the fact that aliens are human. In fact, just to be clear, I don't believe any of this, but they're more like internally mechanical, based on more simple processes. And yeah, you know, it's not the craziest thing I've heard in my life. Craziest thing I heard in my life was probably shit, there's a really good joke there, and I can't think of it. I know there's got to be like a really good joke there. Like that was open for the taking, you know? Like that one was just sitting right there, and I don't know. Like indecision killed that joke, because there's a lot of simple stuff you could say, you know. There's a lot of really easy jokes. Like the craziest the craziest thing I ever heard was that women should vote, or the craziest thing I ever heard was gay people are allowed to marry now, or something like that. But like my mind was like, no, it's not good enough. You know, like you've got a better joke in you than that. But I don't. I don't. I don't have anything. Honestly, part of it is the music is so fucking loud, it's frying my brain. What I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna turn it down on my end, and I'm gonna turn it up a little bit on your end. I can do that. I'm in control of your computer. Yeoman has logged in. How does that feel? How does that how does that feel? How does that sound for you? Japanese lesson for the day, by the way. Urasai means shut up. If you wanted to like add some shit to it, you could add some. If you want to use it in a sentence, you might say like Urasai. How do you even fucking say it? My expertise is waning. It's like Urasai, right? Urasai. So it'd be like how do you say someone's like a fucking moron? You can say like bakayaro, but like I don't know, man. The last time I read any Japanese or anything was before Alaska. I'm fucking rusty. Never mind. Japanese lesson of the day is canceled. Figure it out on your own. Okay, cool. Volume is good. Okay, good. I mean, just let me know, because the more I fuck with it like that, the bigger difference there is between the volume for me and the volume for you, which makes it so that like if something's really loud on your end, I might not know. It'll just be harder and harder for me to tell. So if like you can't hear me or you can't hear the music or whatever, more and more so that's gonna have to be communicated. What does that say in chat right there? What's the nip speak? Oh, man, my throat is fucking up. I can't even do a Japanese accent. Urasai baka-chan desu. Shut up, stupid idiot. It is. Ooh. Buki. I could use some buki. I'm always in the mood for some new buki. That's Japanese for weapon, by the way. Japanese lesson back on. You're back in it. Correct pronunciation is in fact buki. Although his 9S really don't have a lot of need for more buki. His buki is kind of worthless. His buki is pukey. I'm sorry. That was bad. Shit. Or his buki is poopy. I'm sorry, that's even worse. I couldn't help. I'm sorry. I'm out of it today. It's a really weird thing that when my throat starts to feel weird, my entire like my mind starts to go. Like if I can't talk, I can't think. I don't know what that says. I was reading recently about how apparently a lot of people with lower IQs actually don't have an internal voice. You know what I'm talking about? Like oh. Hold that thought. It's fucking cold. Fucking how do you say cold in Japanese? Samui. Or is that hot? No, atsui is hot, right? Shit. I don't fucking know anymore. If you're learning a language, don't fucking take a break. It's gonna... Oh, should we kill him or should we, I was right! I was right! Samui is cold, Atsui is hot. I was right. But yeah, anyway, there's been studies recently that have been suggesting that certain people, especially of lower IQ, but also, yeah, basically of lower IQ, seem to not have an internal voice. So like they don't actually think in words. You know what I mean? And I understand that like you don't always think in words. Like I think visually a lot of times, especially. Appears that A2's memory region has combined with 2B's data. Currently monitoring progress to analyze effect. Hold, Pod 042. Issue detected in your conversational functionality. Numerous machine life forms whose network functions were destroyed remain out of control. Please take caution. Affirmative. But yeah, like, generally that's sort of like what yeah, like you're saying, it's what drives thought. Like, it's kind of important for thinking, so it's kind of interesting that, like, NPC people might not actually be forming thoughts, like coherent thoughts in their head. They might be, like, running off of instinct like an animal. Speaking of which, instinct like an animal. Did she just say she hates sand? Perfect. Yoko Taro, you're a genius. Prequel jokes are always appropriate. Oh wait, can I just teleport there? Oh, I see. Ooh. Fucking slice through like butter. Yeah, resistance camp. I would hate sand if it could get in my ass that easy, too. Yeah, but whose fault is that? The biggest prequel jokes are the prequels. Well, I mean, that's the thing, is people didn't understand when they came out they were comedy movies. George Lucas is the forefront in modern comedy. And before he was able to take charge in the prequels, they were trying to make this shit so fucking serious, you know? Like, they wanted like life or death shit, you know? People dying. People, you know, fucking Obi-Wan dying. Spoiler, sorry. Now it's like, no, you don't need that. You don't need that shit. Put fucking Jar Jar in that. It's like poetry. The Jar Jar's the key to all of this.